The CEO rolled down the window. To his surprise, he saw a girl riding a bike through the pouring rain. It was none other than his newlywed wife. Without hesitation, he grabbed an umbrella from the car and rushed to her. But the girl didn't recognize him at all. Worried she might catch a cold, the CEO quickly draped his coat over her shoulders. Then, without giving her time to react, he lifted her onto the bike. Braving the rain, he helped her deliver all her merchandise to her doorstep. It was only then that the girl finally snapped out of her daze. Wanting to thank him, she offered to pay him, but the CEO refused the money. Instead, he asked if she would have dinner with him. The girl quickly declined. She said she already had a husband and couldn't have dinner with a stranger. The CEO smiled. He couldn't believe she still hadn't realized who he was. He gently told her to take a good look. That's when she finally recognized him. It all started that morning. The CEO was sipping milk tea in a cafe when he raised a rose in his hand and turned around only to see a girl holding a rose as well, staring right at him. Before he could say a word, she sat down across from him and introduced herself. Her name was Meng Ning. She was 25 years old and sold accessories at a street market, earning about 10,000 yuan a month. That's when the CEO realized she had mistaken him for her blind date. Wanting to test whether she was a gold digger, he lied. He told her he was a poor guy from the countryside, no car, no house, and barely enough income to get by. To his surprise, Meng Ning wasn't the least bit bothered. She said he looked handsome and that was enough. Then she pulled out her ID and suggested they get married right away. She insisted she could support herself and didn't need his money. She even said there was no need for a wedding ceremony. Looking at her pure and straightforward nature and remembering how his grandmother kept pushing him to settle down, he called his assistant and had their documents sent over. And just like that, within 10 minutes of meeting, they got married. As soon as they walked out the door, she rushed off, saying she had to work. Turns out she had hurried the marriage to fulfill her mother's wish. Her mother was sick, and Meng Ning just wanted to make her happy. What she didn't know was that the man she married wasn't her online date, he was actually a billionaire CEO. Later that day, Meng Ning got a call from a college friend inviting her to a class reunion organized by one of their professors. The friend mentioned that her ex-boyfriend would also be there. The news brought back memories. Back in college, they both got into the top university in the country. But he left her behind to study abroad, and they lost touch. Hearing he'd be there, she declined the invitation. But her friend insisted, saying the professor specifically asked her to come. So, reluctantly, she agreed. The next day, when she entered the restaurant, her classmates welcomed her warmly. She had been the campus beauty, and everyone was curious about how she was doing now. A classmate asked if she was married. She replied that she was. Her ex-boyfriend immediately looked upset. He couldn't believe she had moved on in just 3 years. He demanded to meet her husband. Meng Ning tried to say no, but the others egged her on. At that moment, the CEO happened to call. Before she could explain, one of her friends grabbed her phone and invited him to join them, giving him the location of the restaurant. Seeing Meng Ning's discomfort, one of her girlfriends suggested they find an excuse to leave early. Then, the CEO walked in. His striking good looks left everyone stunned. Her ex's face darkened. Trying to save face, he started asking the CEO about his job, and whether he owned a house.